Hello everyone, Hamas28 here, and today we're back in the Backrooms. Now, we made a lot of progress from last time, and today we're making more. So, as you remember, we only have two major steps left in Chapter 4 before we finally make it to the final chapter, Chapter 5, or the penultimate chapter if you count escaping as its own chapter. So to start off, we need to craft the ME controller, which I should have everything I need in my inventory to pull this off. I didn't want to bore you guys with staring at the Empowerer again, so I just did that myself, and let's see if this works. Done. And quests are completing as we speak. One Empowerer is made. Pop the party popper. We did it. And now that that's done, why does this... Oh, there's a thingamajig. There's a book. Oh, that's annoying. You have to click this and then don't click it, otherwise it resets it because it's a repeatable quest. And it gives us a book for building a reality frame. A guide on how to construct a reality frame multiblock. Constructing a reality frame. Using this book, you can visualize the multiblock structure in your world. That should make constructing it a whole lot easier. It's important to note that the controller can be placed on any side and the reality charge will be consumed upon usage. The controller can be placed on any side and the reality charge will be consumed upon usage. Oh, don't want to do that. So is this placed on any side? Oh, okay, so they just put it under it. So like this. Activating the frame. To activate the reality frame, you must right-click the controller with the data chip while I can't talk. I can't speak. You must right-click the controller with a data chip while a reality charge is placed above the controller. If you built the structure correctly, then the frame will activate, consume the reality charge, and start the generation process based on the seed of the data chip. The generation should take 2 minutes. And then making it takes 1 advanced component, 1 memory card, and a 2 to the 3rd power spatial component. And then a data chip can be crafted into another data chip with a different seed on it. Warping in a black hole. With modifications made to the data chip, you should be able to warp a black hole into the Backrooms. When the black hole is right-clicked with a singularity, it will consume it and drop 3 pieces of antimatter in return. Huh, interesting. Why do we need antimatter? Was that somehow on the list? Antimatter. Huh. Interesting. Well, it said 3 pieces of antimatter. Oh, antimatter pellets. Has a couple crafting things. I wonder if we're actually going to need those. That's interesting. But now that that's done, you can see we already have the reality charge. And let's see if we can craft ourselves the reality controller. Now we need the ME controller, an illuminated panel, our reality alloy, and 1/16 to the 3rd power spatial component, which takes 4 of these 2 to the 3rd, an engineering processor, and 4 glowstone. So glowstone actually we can get from these glimmercap spores. Oh, and I forgot I was doing that. So that's automatically getting processed. Let's see, we need 1 illuminated panel, which should be in this chest over here. Illuminated panel, our reality alloy, which is all in here, all 41 of it. That should be enough if I math it out correctly. Now let's make these spatial components. We're going to need flux pearls and... Oh, this is actually a lot of diamonds. I did not realize that. Okay, this one's not diamonds though. Only this one's diamonds. What about the chip? The chip is also diamonds. Okay. That's pretty expensive. That's going to be a problem because 6 is the most diamonds we have. There's no more diamonds left in the base. They're extremely rare in the Backrooms, and I don't know how we're going to get more. Ooh, you finished growing. We're also going to need a lot of fluix, which only comes from Certus Quartz, so it's a good thing I set up this little budding Certus Quartz farm. Sadly, there was no flawless like in other mod packs, so we have to work with what we got. Let's see, we're going to need this engineering processor. That's a pretty big one. But the small ones all take 4, so just crafting this block here is going to take 5 diamonds. So let's get that started. We need 5 printed engineering circuits. So take this into our engineering press. One in here, drop one off. We're gonna need 5 of that. We're gonna need 4 Fluix pearls per one of these, so we're gonna need 12 Fluix dust, which is not that hard, you just need to crush this Fluix stuff. Let's see, we have one here. That means we're gonna need a lot of this. How much exactly? Let's math it out. Because we need 4 of these, need 4 Fluix pearls. So 16 Fluix pearls times 3 Fluix dust. Pull out our calculator. 16 times 3, so we need 48. This is 1. Add in this, and we're not close. Let's see, we do have the Certus quartz dust. Let's see, we're gonna have to start charging this stuff as well, which is pretty slow. And pretty manual. Let's see, this one has grown as well. Let's see, what about over here? Nope, 36. So that's, we need 7 more. Let's see, are there any hidden around elsewhere? We do have the dust. Certus quartz dust can be used in the crystallizer to make a full one with water, which is pretty easy. We do have 11, so let's actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're gonna need some water buckets. Oh, that is not a bucket. There it is. And I brought the crystallizer from the old base over here. I was a bit lazy, so I just plopped it back here. And if we run this, we're actually going to need 2 more buckets of water. I think it takes 1,000 for one operation. So throw that in here. Oh, looks like it's actually a lot more than 1 water. Oh, it takes 2,000 per, so we're actually going to need a few more water buckets. And while we're doing that, we also need to keep charging the Certus quartz. 1, 2, 3. And then we have to inscribe it to turn it into dust. So we need 2 more buckets to get the last one. But at least the crystallizer is very fast, which is nice. Okay, got that. And let's come back in a minute once I have all of this fully charged. And as you can see, that's all 47 done. Now we need to convert this into Fluix, which, as you can see, is done in the crystallizer with 2 buckets of water, charged, and skystone. And we should have skystone in this chest. There we go. And just enough as well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So let's throw this in and bucket some water. I could also set up like a pump and an infinite water source over here, but I don't think that's going to be necessary for this. Why don't we could just do it by hand and then just cut the video. Oh, that took the entire water source. Don't want to do that. So we'll come back in a second when this is fully completed. And as you can see, we're just about finished here with the Fluix crystals, all 48 of them. Now we need to inscribe these into powder, which is much simpler. You could just throw it in here, and it processes it pretty fast. And once that's done, we'll be able to throw these into the multi-servo press with our snowball cast. Where is that? Oh, I forgot about these. Throw that in here. Where's my... I got snowballs before. Did I leave it in this chest? There it is, snowball cast. We need to throw this in the multi-servo press. Like so. More glowstone, cool. Let's throw that over here. Don't need that much. And we do have a couple of the cables already, which is nice. Let's see, 8. We can start cooking this into our circles. So you can see this is a pretty costly process. But luckily we don't have to make a whole illuminated panel again, because making the quartz glass is going to be annoying. But we are going to have to do that for these spatial pylons, which as you see takes Certus quartz dust. Luckily it takes 5 for 4, but we are going to need to repeat this a couple times in order to get enough reality frames. So we're going to need even more quartz. So you guys need to be working overtime. Can you tick faster, grow faster? Now, if you're wondering what the best way to do this is, it really is using the applied energistics machine that goes on all sides and then block the bottom. That makes it grow faster. And the reason it's more efficient is because every time this block grows a bit of the cluster, there's a chance, or it ages the entire block itself. As you can see, these are flawed and they have different tiers. Let's see, budding. There's the flawless, which you cannot craft, then the flawed, chipped, and damaged, and every time it grows, it goes from, it lowers the lifespan, and at the end of its lifespan, it devolves into the chipped, and then it devolves into the damaged, at which point it devolves into, where is it? Ah, here it is, into a Certus quartz block. Even says here, the imperfect budding quartz has a chance to decay when buds grow. It's an 8% chance. Silk Touch prevents decay for imperfect budding quartz. Spatial IO never causes any decay. So every time these grow, there's a 0.8%, there's an 8% chance that it will decay, and that's per side. So it's possible that like it's covered in the buds, and it's possible that it grows on every side and then never finishes one, which could happen. Okay, some more of that. Throw you in here. Oop, wrong thing. At least this part goes fast. And then it's that, our engineering presses, and it's going to take this and silicon. So we're going to need, if we have 5 of these, we're going to need 5 of these. And for the silicon, you need the inscriber silicon press, which also runs in here. So let me take that out, throw this in here, along with 5 redstone. This one's a little bit slower. You know, it's interesting that they have you use a different machine for this. Usually you just use an inscriber, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Usually with applied energistics, you want to make like 4 inscribers. That way you can have all of these ready to go. But it seems like they didn't want you to do this in this pack, which it's a design decision. I don't really lose sleep over it. Put that back in there. Throw this in here. How long on you? 7 more. That's good, because we need to use this machine again. Because we need our silicon, our redstone, and our engineering circuits. And it's a shame we can't make any acceleration cards, because those are going to be way too expensive for what we're doing. Yeah, advanced card, Fluix. Yeah, 2 diamonds for that. We have 1 diamond left over. We're not doing that. If you're wondering where you get diamonds, computers found in the backrooms when smelted down in the big furnace yield diamonds, but they're extremely rare. The only time I found a computer, and this is done, so you do this one, that one, and it's going. The only places I found computers are in very dangerous areas of the backrooms that are covered in enemy spawns. Okay, so now we have those. We're going to need our circuits, which are crafting, and our glowstone dust. So we just need 2 more. And the last one. Luckily, I did have the foresight to make a crystal resonance generator and an energy cell, and that made this a lot easier to do. Okay, now that that's done, let's come over here and make our 4 components. And then convert this into the 16. And then convert that into, oh, we need the advanced components. I thought I had some in my inventory. Oh, we used 2 of them already. I forgot. And then use those to make our reality controller. So now lastly, we just need to make our data chip, which is going to take more of these advanced electronic components. Let's see, what are we missing from this? Advanced. empowered void crystal, LV wire, electrum, and a tube. So we have LV, so we're gonna need some more. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. More empowered void crystals, which we can make from tar. And I've had this thing running for a pretty long time, so it's still going. From tar. And then we're gonna need electrum. How much electrum, if we have any? We have 2 electrum ingots. And then to make the wire, electrum. This one's pretty annoying, because if you take a look, it takes an ingot and the wire. So at minimum, to make a vacuum tube, you need 2 electrum ingots, and we're only at 2. We do have gold, and I think it was silver to do that. So let's see here. What was I doing? I was doing something. Oh, I was going to make advanced electronic components. That's what I was doing. So we need 1 for this, but for these, we just need the Fluix ME glass and our spatial pylons. Now, we do need 91 of these, because it's an 8x8x8. Wait, is that right? 91. Well, it tells us we need 91, so we're crafting 91. So if we pull out our calculator, it was 16 times 4, no, 16 times 6. Yeah, so we have to do this craft 6 times, which is why we got all of this reality alloy. 37. I think I miscalculated somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with the 4 we took from this. Because we have 37, so that means we can do this craft 6 times. 6 times 16. No, that's enough. So we have enough reality alloy, and we need to do 6 times. So we need 12 of these Fluix ME cables. And we have 8, so we're going to need some more. That means we need more Fluix, which means we're lucky we have this, because that should just be just enough. And you can see it goes pretty fast. That's what I was saying. Come on, pretty fast. Come on. There we go. And the last one. I wonder why sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's not. Okay, and some more of our dust. Huh, that's funny. Just enough, actually. Throw that in here, and we're going to need more water. And for 4, that's going to take 8 buckets. Okay, so that's done. Grab our Fluix crystals. And I think we might have actually overshot it as well. Yeah, because we only need 12. So we can just keep the extras. And then for this one, we can actually bulk craft these, like so. Oh, that's my alarm. I'll be right back. That means my dinner is finished cooking. And I'm back, took my dinner out of the oven with 4 blocks of tar and 4 blocks of void crystal. Actually, we don't have enough, so I can't show that because we're short 1. Unless we have some more in here, which we do not. Okay, never mind then. Wait, you can't break down a block of tar back into tar? That's actually hilarious. Block of tar. Sterling, you can burn it off in a dynamo. You can use it as fuel. Okay, well since I already made 4, might as well do it one time. Oh wait, I'm silly. That actually does work. Because you need 1 of these. And you do it like that, you can do it much faster. You can process 9 of it at once instead of just 1. And let's see, we needed 12 of these for that. And actually, this takes even more Fluix. Huh. So I'm going to save these 12 because I don't want to waste them. I want to make sure I have just enough. So we'll put that in here. So we have enough reality alloy, we have enough Fluix ME cables. Now to make the spatial pylons, we need another 12 cables. And 6 times 3, 18 Fluix. And then the quartz glass is even more Certus quartz, which means I'm gonna have to eat dinner and pray that these continue growing so I can harvest them for more Fluix. So, in the meantime, I'll pause the video here, and I'll return once we have all the necessary ingredients, including the stuff to make our advanced electronic components right here. So, I'll see you guys in a second. And welcome back. We're just finishing it up now, converting the 12 Fluix crystals into Fluix dust. Luckily, I remembered there's actually a very simple way to get a large amount of Certus quartz. And if you take a look, it's actually right here. You can grind nether quartz into dust and then throw the dust into the monopool to make Certus quartz dust. So I just took a stack, converted it over, recombobulated it back into a Certus quartz crystal, then infused the crystal with power and then turned the power back into Fluix dust. So it took like 10 minutes, not that bad. Much faster though than waiting for this guy to grow. Not doing a good job, buddy. But can't blame him, you know, it's my own infrastructure. But now with these next 3, we should have all we need to craft all of the reality frames. So we just need 2 more. Let's see, I also put, where did I put the other ones? Right here. Okay. That's 12 done. So now we should be able to craft 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. Done. Now lastly, we need to craft our reality chip, which is going to take this advanced circuit. But we can hold that off for a bit and build this guy. So, where are we going to put this? We need to put it in a space we have a good amount of room, which looks like it's going to be right here. Because it is a big 8x8, I think, or was it 9x9? Let's see. Black hole warping construction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're going to need a base for this. Where is our cobblestone? It's missing. Let's grab our cobblestone. If we're building a 9x9x9 platform, it has a base of 81 blocks, so we're going to need at least a stack and a half of cobblestone. I'm going to need an axe for this. So we're just going to go and build this out right here. And is this even big enough? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll barely fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll barely fit in between these two things. So we might want to move it up like right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like so. And then, oh, it's not going to fit because the railway. Okay, it'll just have to go right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it'll go over there, and there's mosquito buzzing about in my room. That's annoying. It's the summertime, and they always manage to find their way in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take this off, and they break very slowly. I should have really counted how I was going to do this before I place these ones down. Because now I need to grab that. Let's see, fill out this area here. And and this side over here. And grab these. And now we have the 9x9 base minus the 8x8 inside it, because we only need to build a frame. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we just have to build out the rest of the outline. And that should only leave us with a couple reality frames left over. Now, what's a safe way to jump off this without breaking my legs? Not too many. We can jump over here. Just don't hit the power line. Ouch. But it works. Okay, let's fill out the rest of this. And the final one goes here. Let's see, let's fill this out a little bit. And now we have to break one for our controller. And put our reality charge on top. Huh, I would think that there's like a GUI for this, but I guess not. So, lastly, mosquito came back. We're going to need our data chip. And wait, I think I can get this mosquito. Nope, he's gone. So we need to craft this. We need our empowered void crystals. So let's plop these right here. And then we're going to need electrum and vacuum tubes. And electrum was gold and silver, right? Electrum plates, electrum ingots, alloy kiln, gold and silver. Gold and silver. So I'll head back to the old base, check out if we have any silver. Oh, we have silver right here. Silver and gold, silver and gold. We don't have an alloy furnace over here though, right? So we need to use, there was another machine, electrum, that we could craft this in. No, not the powder. Redstone, induction. I could have swore there was another machine that did this. Oh, I did it in the mixer, that's what it was. We can't do it this time because our thing is full of brass. So I'll head back to the old base and use the furnace, and I'll come back right here once we have our electrum. So we're back here once again, inscribing Fluix in order to make Fluix dust. Because I completely forgot that where is that machine? Oh, it's this one. Completely forgot. We need more stuff. At least this one's pretty fast, because we need one last piece of the puzzle, the data chip. And to craft that, we're going to need another 4 Fluix pearls. But as you can see, I got the electrum, I got the tubes. Where did I put the tubes? Are they still in the chest? Yes. So now we can craft our memory card. We can craft our 2 to the 3rd spatial component. No, we cannot. I forgot to make the processor. 1 second. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we have the processor. And with that, our last diamond, we're completely out. Now we can make this 2 to the 3rd spatial components, and we can craft our data chip. Quest completed, abducting the overworld. Using the reality frame, you can abduct terrain from the overworld based on the seed that is written on the chip. This is essential for your escape since the terrain contains ores like osmium that you need to craft the last eyes. Endure emptiness. I'd rather not listen to that. No thank you. But we can party pop these. Those were the extra loud ones. And as you remember, you just pop this in here to make a data chip with a seed. And that gets us to chapter 5. The last chapter. And perhaps the most complicated chapter, starting with the reality controller. I already crafted that, so let's grab this so we can fix it. There we go. Do that. And let's consult the book. Now that we built the frame, I can't leave you guys on a cliffhanger without activating it. To activate the reality frame, you must right-click the controller with a data chip while a reality charge is placed above the controller. If you built the structure correctly, then the frame will activate, consume the reality charge, and start the generation process based on the seed of the data chip. The generation should take 2 minutes. Alright guys, this is it. We were abducted into the Backrooms. Now let's abduct the overworld with us. And just like that, it's done. But this doesn't look like the overworld, this looks like the Nether. So that's funny. I guess we'll have to try out a different seed and see what we can grab next time. But in the meantime, I'm your host, Thomas28, and I'll see you guys next time.